NCPCR seeks suspension of Desh Ka Mentor program. Number of Indians taking IELTS increased over 15% since pre-COVID years. Stalin urges PM Modi to favourably consider Tamil Nadu's request for NEET exemption. Private schools violating RTE rules to lose recognition. Transgender teacher assured job by Kerala Education Minister. Subhash Sarkar launches Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar. IGNOU launches online PG courses in environmental and occupational health. IIT Gandhinagar offers Indian Knowledge Systems course on pre-colonial literatures. Good afternoon and a warm welcome. You're watching Education News Network, where we get you the latest developments in education at the top of the hour. This is Nitya reporting from ENN, and the daily stories are: concerned over children being exposed to unknown people through the Delhi government's Desh Ka Mentor program and the potential for crime and abuse, Apex Child Rights Body (NCPCR) has said the scheme should be suspended till all the loopholes are taken care of, claiming that the program, which aims at providing career guidance to school children, will expose them to certain dangers. The National Commission for Protection of Child Rights last month wrote to the Delhi Chief Secretary and again earlier this week to say that the response received was ineffectual. It has been stated in the response that to protect against violation, mentees are assigned mentors who are from the same gender. It is imperative to place here that abuse or assault, be it sexual or otherwise, is not gender biased, but same gender does not necessarily assure the safety of any child in any terms, the NCPCR said in its letter to Chief Secretary Vijay Kumar Dev on Monday. The program should be suspended till all loopholes pertaining to the safety of children are overhauled, it said, adding that the response received appears to be ineffectual in completely dosing the safety issues pertaining to the exposure of children towards unknown people, leading to potential crime or abuse. The Desh Ka Mentor program was launched by the Delhi government in October. Under the program, students of classes 9 to 12 of Delhi government schools will be guided by dedicated mentors in exploring diverse career and life options. It entails adopting up to 10 government school students to be mentored by citizens who are successful in their respective fields. The number of candidates appearing for the IELTS exam in India for studying in or migrating to an English-speaking country has increased by up to 15% since the pre-pandemic years, according to official figures. The International English Language Testing System, that is IELTS, is a globally standardized test of English language proficiency for non-native English language speakers. The exam is trusted by more than 10,000 organizations across the world as an indicator of English language proficiency. The statistics have been shared by IDP Education Limited, which owns the IELTS in India. The growth in the current year IELTS numbers versus the pre-pandemic normal year is in the range of 10 to 15%, said Piyush Kumar, Regional Director of South Asia and Mauritius, IDP Education. Last week, IDP launched 23 new offices across India. Students will now have access to world-class counselling services, both via virtual and in-person mode, through these new offices to study in prestigious universities and institutions across Australia, US, UK, Canada, New Zealand and Ireland, said Kumar. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin on Wednesday urged Prime Minister Narendra Modi to favourably consider the state's request for exemption from NEET for students' admission to medical colleges. Making a fervent appeal when the Prime Minister virtually launched 11 new government medical colleges in the state, Stalin said, "Admission policy of Tamil Nadu plays an important role in our health infrastructure, and to protect this, we have been continuously demanding exemption to Tamil Nadu from NEET. I appeal to the Union Government to consider our request favourably." Thanking the Prime Minister for sanctioning 11 new government medical colleges, the Chief Minister sought continued support from the Centre for the Health Sector. The Basic Education Department has decided to initiate the process of withdrawing recognition of schools not complying with RTE rules. Close to 1 lakh weaker students have been admitted in private schools under RTE provisions for the academic session 2021 to 2022. The decision was conveyed by Basic Education Additional Director Lalita Pradeep, who came to the rescue of the parents of weaker children enrolled in private schools after receiving several complaints. Under the RTE Act, children belonging to economically weaker sections and disadvantaged groups are admitted in recognized unaided private schools to the extent of 25% of the total capacity of their entry-level classes, either pre-primary or class 1. The department has received complaints pertaining to school management, harassing parents for unnecessary documents, striking off names of children without reason, not allowing children to attend school even after their names were approved by the government, charging money from students and not giving them receipts. Informing basic education officers about the complaints, Pradeep said under RTE rules, private schools are required to submit a recognition certificate from the State Education Department for seeking affiliation from any board, be it CBSE or ICSE. Transgender teacher Anira Kabir met Education Minister V. Shivankutty and submitted a memorandum seeking help after losing her temporary job at a government school in Palakkad. Shivankutty said he had spoken to the Deputy Director of Education in Palakkad and her job at the school will be retained. She can continue in the temporary post in the government high secondary school itself and the government will soon find a suitable placement for her, said the minister. Earlier, Kabir had approached the State Legal Services Authority for a lawyer to apply for euthanasia, as she was finding it difficult to find a job. The Education Minister intervened in the issue and asked her to personally meet him in the state capital. She alleged that no schools are giving her jobs due to her gender. Minister of State for Education Subhash Sarkar launched the Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar 2021-2022 virtually, while emphasizing the importance of water sanitation and hygiene and the role these factors play in determining the health of the students' attendance, dropout rate and learning outcomes. He added that having the provision of water, sanitation and hygiene facilities in schools secures a healthy school environment and protects children from illness and exclusion. Explaining further, the Minister of State highlighted that the Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar recognizes, inspires and awards schools that have undertaken exemplary work in the field of water, sanitation and hygiene, while also providing a benchmark and a roadmap for schools to make further improvements in future. The Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar was first distributed by the Department of School Education and Literacy in 2016 to 2017 to create self-motivation and awareness about sanitation. All categories of school, that is government, government-aided and private schools in both rural and urban areas, can participate in the Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar 2021 to 2022. The participating schools will be assessed via an online portal and mobile app in 6 subcategories where the system will generate their overall score and rating automatically. These subcategories are water, sanitation, hand washing with soap, operation and maintenance, behavior change and capacity building, and the newly added category on COVID-19 preparedness and response. Indira Gandhi National Open University has launched postgraduate programs in environmental and occupational health in virtual mode. The School of Interdisciplinary and Transdisciplinary Studies, IGNOU, is offering postgraduate programs, MA and diploma programs in environmental and occupational health. The programs were launched in the presence of the Governor of Jharkhand, Ramesh Beres. According to the Governor, these programs are in line with the mission of environmental and occupational health to reduce and prevent adverse effects on human health caused by environmental and occupational exposures, such as chemical and biological contaminants, through education and research. The program will provide the theoretical understanding and transferable skills to the general public and industrial workers in particular, he added. The Indian Institute of Technology, Gandhinagar, is offering a unique elective course, Introduction to Indian Knowledge Systems, that is IKS. After 5 successful seasons, the Humanities and Social Sciences discipline of the IIT Gandhinagar is back with the 6th edition of the course. This year, the theme is Pre-Colonial India's Treasure House of Literatures, the release mentioned. According to IIT Gandhinagar, the course is centered on the fact that India is renowned the world over for its rich literatures dating back to several millennia. The pre-colonial India not only had a great diversity of languages from Pan-India Sanskrit to hundreds of regional languages, but it also encompasses a plethora of themes, literary techniques and socio-cultural functions. The literaturescape deeply impacted the Indian continent at all levels and was highly instrumental in the shaping of Indian civilization, the release mentioned. Interested candidates can apply online at iitgn.ac.in. The course will be held in hybrid mode from January to April, and it will be live streamed on IITGN's YouTube channel. That's all for today. Thank you for watching Education News Network. For more such videos, do log on to our website, theann.com, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Signing off, Nitya.